Music, I don't think it's ever been more important for our mental health and our emotional and spirit. I can't imagine. I mean, it's as awful as COVID is. It would be three times as awful without music. You know.
We're in a pandemic, and what keeps you going?
Well, I live in a little town called Stratford. When the last few years, and we've made some really good friends there, and so, you ask what keeps me going, and I think it's just this new community that we found ourselves in. That we've been able to bubble with these good people, and I go for a walk every day around the river. It's very pretty. I'm not a very needy person. I have a piano at home, I have coffee, I have wine, so those are the things that make me happy. I had I had a tour booked all last year, and I was looking forward to that, but it's hard to be all woe is me, though, when it's happening to everybody, Elton John and whoever. So it just keeps me going, just the fact that I have this new situation and, new home in a new town, and I'm just try to be grateful for the good things that are in my life.
There's this kind of involuntary follow through this situation we're all forced into. If anything interesting in you has come out of it artistically for you, or
well, I've been writing a lot. I've written, but I do that anyway. That's a good question. I feel that it's brought out with a lot of people a lot of anxiety that that people have already had, or maybe it was dormant for a while. And my wife built this amazing labyrinth in her front yard. So I find that, now I can't see it with all the snow, but in this, the rest of the year I was walking it every day, and it seemed to do wonders on my general, outlook and all that. But I don't know. I think I haven't noticed anything real different about me. I'm writing as much as ever. I think maybe been drinking more just out of boredom, but I found what seems to be going around. No, there's been actually some really good things about the pandemic. Just, I don't really like flying, so it's been nice not dealing with airports and things. And we're just enjoying the time together now, and trying to, because I know at some point it'll get busy again, and then, we'll look back on it. Maybe, hopefully, we've learned something.
Well, what are you going to play tonight for us?
Well, I was going through my whole catalog or whatever. I have 16 albums now, which it's always kind of a curse and a blessing, because you don't. Especially if there's an audience, because you don't know which songs they may want to hear, and and also I had a new album out last year, so I wanted to try to play a few from that. So I'm just trying to do this cross section of things that I assume people watching at home might want to hear. Also songs that I enjoy playing. So I think I'm playing at least one from each record, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully it'll result in something that's entertaining.
Your music is just so lush and rich. Do you think of overarching imagery or kind of a story you're trying to tell as a whole?
Well, each song has its own kind of set of circumstances surrounding it, and so I don't really think in sort of on a grand scale. I'm always trying to write sort of little sort of chocolate box kind of songs, with where whatever, you want to get to the point. If it's a story song, you want it to resolve in a way that, is hopeful. I'm a melody guy in general. All my heroes wrote very strong melodies, and so the lyrics have always been the tough part, but I know that I can do it if I'm patient, and if I, if I don't, because a song kind of takes its own time, right? Some songs I could write in a half an hour. There's one I'm playing tonight actually called "You Don't Want to Hear It" that I think I wrote it in maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, the whole song, because I was like purging. I was upset about something. Other songs, sometimes all you have is a title for like 4 or 5 months, but you have the rest of it written. So it's just about you get this idea that there's a song in there somewhere, and that's the inspiration part, whatever comes to you, and then the rest of it is whatever I've learned, the craftsmanship of it that I can apply. But it just takes time. But I don't really know how to do anything else, so it's just one little thing that I would feel pretty useless if I didn't have it.
How important do you think music is right now in the world?
Oh man, music. I don't think it's ever been more important. It's always been for me personally. It was the one thing that reached me as a kid. I wasn't, never into sports or anything like that. So the radio, the music I heard on the radio was just like almost coming from some other place. And now and I realize, we can't tour now, we can't do concerts, but I still feel it in a way that it is still an essential service. Obviously, I'm not saving lives or, doing what the frontline people are doing, but I just feel for our mental health and our emotional and spirit, there's not a lot. I can't think of where else that would come from, except music, or obviously everyone's watching a lot of Netflix and things like that, and reading is good, but I think music is just a source of comfort, source of reassurance, and I can't imagine. I mean, it's as awful as COVID is, it would be 3 times as awful without music.
Any words of advice
about just getting through this?
Yeah, or anything that comes to mind for
I never felt like I was in a position to give advice on anything, but I feel, I just think it's good to have a sense of humor. It's good to have, to try to be positive, and uplift people, whatever, even if you're not doing music, if you're a dentist, whatever it is, you're put on this earth for a reason, and you want to try to spread joy if you can. You want to be, you don't want to be a burden on top of a burden, and so I just think to sort of come at life with a sort of a lightness, a light heart, and I think you'll feel better and you'll make other people feel better.